What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the apartment. I'm here with my boy Josh, my roommate, one of my friends, and easily one of my fucking family. And today we're gonna do this podcast a little bit different. We're gonna have three topics. Each one's gonna be 10 minutes long, and at 10 minutes, once the alarm rings, that's it. No more talking about it. On to the next topic. It's completely speed round. My boy here doesn't know anything about the topics I'm gonna give him. They're off the top, and he has no knowledge of them yet.
I am very afraid. Very, very afraid.
Nah, so I'm gonna give you two soft topics and a hard topic, okay?
Okay.
So that's just how we're gonna do it. So ready?
Well, how is this classification going right now?
Well, the timer started, so no time to explain.
Okay.
All right. So your first topic right now that I want to talk to you about is right now amidst the coronavirus. There's a teen who is a pilot. I only have a brief story on this because I only saw a quick article on it and it didn't have a lot of information at the time.
Okay.
This dude has his pilot's license. Like, he can pilot and shit like that. And you know how people are on lockdown and can't do things? Well, he's airdropping fucking medical supplies into certain places. And he's even taking it upon himself to fly in supplies for hospitals and other places that need the medical supplies.
All right.
And how do you feel about it? I think that's something so cool and dope for someone to take that challenge on themselves and do.
I mean, yeah, bro, if you have the ability to do that kind of shit, I mean, definitely it helps out in these fucking trying times for sure. It's cool. Like, he fucking has a pilot's license, and he could have been doing whatever the fuck he wanted, I guess, but he's taking it upon himself to fly this shit. I don't even know if he's paying for the supplies out of pocket from what you...
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if he is paying for it out of pocket or not. If he is, that's above and beyond, bro. That's a level of dedication to the community that not a lot of people have nowadays.
But definitely, it sounds like it's helping out for sure. Cause
I'm sure, dude. I'm so sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, it's all good.
I'm sure it's helping out, man. There's so many hospitals right now that are running out of even just the medical mass, dude. I have family in the medical industry. Some have quit. Some are yeah, I'm not coming in until y'all get supplies, and therefore I've been fired.
I know some people are just making fake ass masks and going into work and stuff.
So for him to either even if he isn't taking money out of his own pocket to pay for these supplies and he's just getting them donated, for him to fly him in is something amazing to do.
For sure, he's crossing borders. He's doing what he does, and I mean, good on him for being a good Samaritan.
But do you think you could do something like that? If you had the ability to go out of your way to help, truly help people in need?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't fly a plane, obviously, but
I don't know. I don't know anybody who could fly a plane.
Look,
my dad did.
All I'm saying is if shit popped off and people needed refuge, or people needed me to do something. If I had the ability to help, I most definitely would. Because we're all kind of just in this shit together. Mm-hmm. So might as well just help out your fellow.
And I know you're willing to actually do shit like that, because I remember when
Harvey, was it?
Yeah. When Harvey fucking hit, you donated your time, shit. You lent us your raft, your
raft.
Inflatable raft, and your ponchos and shit like that to help evacuate people.
Yeah.
When before that, and even before that, we were volunteering at the high school to get people in, get supplies distributed, and help out around the place. And then after so long, we just got bored there and we just dipped out. And I remember we were walking through chest-high waters trying to get out everybody we could. I think in total we got 5 families out, didn't we?
Yeah, we got that kid out.
Yeah, the one kid who had
cerebral palsy, I believe it was.
Yeah, cerebral palsy.
We got him out. We got him and his family. They all put their stuff in the raft.
Yeah, and then we just got the other neighboring people too out, and we had gotten them to that checkpoint for the National Guard.
Yeah, man, they weren't doing shit during that for sure.
Dude, I'm not even going front. For a minute there, I was sitting in that boat and I was letting the guys pull me.
Yeah.
I hopped in the boat, in the raft, and I was pedaling down just because I've never been in a raft.
It was pretty brazy, just cruising down.
It was crazy, but it was fun. I have to say, in the wake of the situation, as crazy as it was such a fun thing to do, because it was something different. I hadn't done that, and if there was more shit like that here, volunteering into the community and shit like that, I'd totally get into it. That's why I think this dude who made it himself, who just said fuck it, I'm gonna start flying in supplies, is the shit. That dude's cool and deserves way more praise than what he's getting right now.
I mean, shit. I know they won't really let us help out with all these lockdowns and shit, and people stopping people.
Yeah, well, we can help in these kind of times because we don't really know who does and doesn't have the virus, because we haven't even been able, the lines to get tested for fucking COVID are, you have to wait hours to get tested.
Yeah. It's crazy as hell, man. Like I don't even know why half of this shit is the way it is.
It's purely based on supplies and like the ignorance of people going up there. It's just what it is, man. I can't say we don't help because again, we go out even now when we're on like quote unquote quarantine, like we're supposed to be home. We go out and do what we got to do, but that's because we have errands and shit and things.
And we
to
have
get.
bills to pay and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I had to go get groceries yesterday just so we had shit to eat here at the house, and like I went out and did stuff. Dude, the stores are packed with people. It's fucking insane. Fuck. Sorry about that. Feeling it kind of late, but like it's just one of those things. Like I think I don't really think there is a way for us to help as a community in situation in times like this, and I feel like I have a certain kind of way in terms of the wake of everything because I see people making the mask and selling them.
Yeah.
And I get it. You're out of work. You need the money. Do what you got to do. But at the same time, I'm like, man, people could really just use those masks to donate.
Still, I mean, like, those masks ain't really gonna stop nothing. It's the N95. Just the fact that people are wearing these.
Well, it's
masks.
some of the people are actually trying to make them to where they will help. Like there's a kid who makes like readjustable mask to use, and there's the one he makes the face shields to like try to help, and that only really helps with like projectile shit like spin and stuff like that, but it does help to an extent. Anything really helps.
I just feel like it might be causing panic,
Oh no, for sure, dude. Like if it's weird. Anything can really cause panic nowadays.
Bro, you don't believe what I saw the other day though. I saw a dude like full on fucking like hazmat suit walking around.
Where?
He was at Sam's. I went to Sam's with
No
my pops.
shit. At Sam's
hazmat
Club?
suit. Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Head to toe. Covered with a mask. And I was like, you're dumb, bro.
Like I said, it causes panic. And people like that don't help, but I can understand like trying to protect yourself. I don't care enough to like I'm young, I'm somewhat healthy, I'm not the healthiest I could be. But like if I get the fucking virus and I get into contact with someone that does have it and I get it, cool. Worst thing, y'all have I'm locking myself in my room. Cool. I'm quarantined until I can get until I get out of the woods.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Like I'm young, I'm healthy. Like I can live it. I can survive this.
Yeah, for sure.
I have more concerns for people like, my sister-in-law. She's pregnant. She has my fucking nephew or niece. Like that concerns me. My grandma, that concerns me.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of thing that concerns me. And like people who do that cause mass panic. Like my grandma is scared to go out of her house. And she shouldn't be leaving regardless because of her age and her health.
Age and stuff like that. But still, like, imagine how that looks to the kids. That don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah. And they see some dude, and they hearing stuff on the news and from their parents whispering behind their back so they don't hear it. But, like, they see people walking around in hazmat suits with all these masks. They're thinking there's some crazy shit going on and that people are just still living their lives. I mean, like, I don't know what's going on through these kids' heads when they're seeing all this shit.
Yeah, no, I entirely agree. Like, the kids are going to be terrified. My little sister, she's not tripping. Like, she's young and she's super impressionable and, like, she doesn't really, like, she understands and kind of can understand what's going on if you explain it to her, but she's super curious. So I'm surprised that she hasn't really, like, dug more into what's going on because it would scare the absolute shit out of her because she's so little.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm really surprised at that. And, like, my nephew doesn't care. My nephew's fucking small, nigga. That nigga, like, he does not care in the slightest. He's just tiny. Like, he does not care.
I guess then in that instance for your sister, I mean, like, maybe it's kind of like how we were during like Zika and the swine flu.
I never tripped about that. I was still eating during swine flu. I was still eating pork.
Yeah, but we didn't know. That's the thing. Like
man, I was old enough for that though. Like even with the Zika virus, I was like, cool, mosquitoes. I'm in Texas. What the fuck am I gonna do about that? There's literally nothing.
I was kind of scared, but I was like, man, fuck it. If I die, I die.
I told this to someone. I forgot who the fuck was it. I think I was at Walmart and I was shopping. I was grabbing some stuff from Walmart, and I was talking to a dude there, and I was telling him like he was wearing like the mask, and I was like, why though? Like it had just started like taking off.
Okay.
And I don't like why though. He's like, oh, to protect myself. And I'm like, it's whatever, man. He's like, why? He's like, you don't want one? I'm like, no, not really. Like, I don't really care. He's like, why? I'm like, If I get it, I get it. Like, what am I gonna do about it? Like, I can get treated. That's it. Like, yeah, I can go out of my way to try to prevent me catching it, but put extra effort in to try to catch it and then still catch it, or catch it and just not care. You know what I mean? Like, I've had fucking pneumonia before, and like not giving a fuck. We have 30 seconds. I've had pneumonia before, not giving a fuck. But I talked to this dude about it, and he's like, you know what? You're one of the issues that we have in like the States right now, and like in the U.S. He's like, you have such a millennial mindset. He's like, to not care and things like that. I'm like, it's not that I have a millennial mindset, dog. I'm like, I just don't care. Like, I have shit to do other than worry about a pandemic. Cool, I get it. I wash my hands. I use Germ-X. I disinfect my house.
And if you were to get infected, you wouldn't go out and do shit.
Yeah, like other than that, well, fuck. That's time, bro.
It's all right.
All
You
right.
want to punch out and then punch back in?
Nah, man, we're going straight into the next topic.
Oh.
So let me hit start the clock. All right. So the next topic I had for me was I should have wrote it down. Give me 1 second. Let me pause that timer. Fuck you. I have it on my phone.
Hey, we already got the topic splitting in. Thanks, guys. I'm just going to take this moment while Nick's looking at the topic.
I'm gonna pause the recording so that way I can find. And we're back, and I started the timer again. All right. Sorry. The next topic was gonna be talent versus school, and what I mean by that is like I never. I went to culinary school to learn to cook, like
Okay.
to learn to bake and pastry shit like that.
Right.
I went for like half my amount of time. Like I only finished college halfway through, and I still have the whole other half that I'm supposed to finish to get my degree. And and then I'd be considered a chef, but not a professional chef. But there are people who never went to college. They never went to college for it. They just learned on their own. Some people just knew how to do it, and some people didn't. So there's talent versus hard work. So like I have a friend. Let me just go ahead and shout him out here. His name's Levi. You know Levi Leviticus.
Yeah.
So he never like started doing photography. I don't think he's ever like learned anything about it or looked into it.
Or even went to classes in school.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of his pictures beforehand, even not just including the ones he's looked at now, and he has some damn good pictures. Like I can't even front. He does have some good pictures. Excuse me. And that goes down as talent. Like him being able just to take naturally good pictures is talent. That's not taught. That's not learned. He just had talent because he never went out of his way.
You never
And like,
took
if y'all guys want to check out my boy Levi's pictures, his Instagram handle is Levi_Blasian. And like, that's right there. Go check it out. He's a funny dude. He's an amazing guy. Check him out if y'all get the chance.
Shout out his followers, right?
Hey, dude, Levi's a shit, bro. He
Yeah,
deserves
yeah,
a shout out.
He's cool. He's cool.
But like, that's something there. Like, that's never been learned. And like, rather than Geo, and like Geo has like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, learned all these tips and tricks.
Coach Neil's class.
Yeah, like stuff like that. We learned that stuff before we were even considered good at it. Like Coach Neil told me, I had an eye for things. Like I could naturally see a good picture, but to be able to take it, like actually set it up on the camera and take it, I had to learn all that. I had to learn the camera settings. I had to learn how to like, boost my all my shit on my camera.
And you used to like look up stuff for like different kind of.
And, like even editing for fucking software stuff. I had to like really learn that while someone just picked it up like that. Like, what is your opinion on talent versus hard work?
Well, the thing about that is it's kind of like, I know a lot of people think it's bullshit. Like when you have to work somewhere and you already have the talent, when somebody else already has the talent for it. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, cause either way, y'all are kind of going to the same goal. I don't think you should really be down in anybody because they could naturally do it. I mean, if you're passionate about something, definitely. If you want to do it, but you don't really have the talent for it, working at it is definitely the best bet for you to get where you want to go. And honestly, I recommend that way so you don't have such like an inflated ego. Like even for music, I know I've been told over and over again that I got like this talent for music. I'm accustomed to it, but I still did work, So I'm kind of in both alleys.
So I'm not. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. So I went ahead and let you finish. My thing is, I'm not like bagging or dogging on somebody who's like naturally talented. That's the last thing I want to do, because if you can do something, fucking do it. What I'm saying is though, certain people like will always take over, will prefer the hard worker over the talent.
Yeah.
Even if the talent is like way better than the hard worker, the one who went to the school, that piece of paper that says you finished school, like even if you barely scrape by with a fucking 70, like they will take you over the nigga who
has been doing it,
whose work is, you know, eons ahead of the other guy because of that singular piece of paper. So my thing is, should that piece of paper really be able to judge somebody on like their quality and their worth? Because if it wasn't for like social media stuff, people would not be able to have the jobs that they have now. There's what was his name? I used to follow him really hard back in the day, but I don't anymore. He was a photographer who started out with just a like a bullshit Nikon camera that the moms buy for their family trips. They had that. He started out with that and took subpar photos, and then slowly saved up money, then did better and better and better, and now he supports himself like that. He is his own photographer. He's his own company. He does the editing. You know, he works 15 hours a day. He stays up, takes the pictures, go home, edits, sells them, packages, everything. Like, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Rather than this other people, like back in the day, you'd have to go out and find that job. But if you didn't have that piece of paper that states, like, oh, I went to school, like...
Well, I think it's a lot different nowadays because I think you can self-support like that. Like,
yeah, and that's because of, again, like, social media aspect.
Yeah.
But do you think that's fair? Like, because even today, like, I could know all my Photoshop stuff, skills that I have, my audio editing, my fucking Premiere Pro, like, even as much as I do know, like, Adobe stuff, I don't know everything. I don't. I want to say my skills on Adobe are subpar at best. Like, I can do what I need to do, but that's it.
Yeah.
But, like, even if I was to master it myself, like, YouTube it, learn it, do everything, I probably still wouldn't get hired by a lot of companies around here because I don't have the credentials to meet their requirements.
I think besides that, though, you don't have the word-on-word clout. I think the more stuff you have to show, like, in people talking, I think that's the best way that you could probably get it done.
I understand what you mean.
And eventually, like, if they hear about your name, because that's all it is how big your name is. That piece of paper is like a shortcut, you know? But if you put in the work as a talented person, and you work towards it too, like, I mean, your name will get big, and you will get there. So
I get that, but my thing is, so I have to put in the extra work.
As a talent pool or as a
As a talent, because I'm not saying as in terms of I didn't want to go to school. I had the means to go to school and go to college. College just wasn't for me. You know, because even after I finished college and for my baking degree, I would still have to go for another 3 years to get my bachelor's degree.
Right.
Before I could even be considered for a lot of jobs. On the coldest topic, we only have 3 minutes left, so we're probably going to go over on this one.
Okay.
Like, the issue with that is I'd have done another 3 years to go to college. That 3 years would have gotten me that. But for people who don't have the, like, money or the ability to go to college, I know plenty of people who didn't go to college because they couldn't.
Yeah, they didn't
but
have
their
the money
drive
or
is
something.
amazing. But the issue at hand is here, though, that guy gets to go to college. He finishes. As soon as he's out, he can start looking for work and probably get hired, you know, within a few months.
Meanwhile,
That person has to learn everything on his own. So, like, let's say in terms of baking, I went to school, I finished, done, cool. Now I start applying for work, cool. I'm now someone's, you know, on someone's line cook at fucking some random restaurant downtown, and I worked my way up. That dude now has to learn all of his skills on his own. He now put in the time and effort, spent the same amount of time I did, learned it. Now, he has to use social media or something else, or even just start as a busboy and work his way up. He has to put in double the effort, maybe even triple the effort, to prove himself worthy to earn what I earned just because I had the means to go to school. That's what I'm saying. Do you think that is right?
I don't think it's right at all, like, to be honest with you. Like, to be honest, like, I had the chance to go to school, but I decided not to waste the time because I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time, which was music. I have found out now, and I've been working, and I've been doing stuff, and I've been looking up how to do it.
We have to work to support ourselves and everything we're doing.
Yeah. But
Like,
I mean,
and I get that.
like, still, like, I feel like if I did go into something like that, I deserve, like, a little bit of, you know, show for that.
Of what, going to school or putting in the work?
Putting in the work to get there, you know, like learning myself.
I get that. I feel that. So,
Rather than graduating from like Berkeley School of Music, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you now, I've known you since high school. You wouldn't have gotten into Berkeley regardless.
I know that too, but like, I'm just saying, like that. Those guys are going on to be producers and stuff for like different things.
See, so like, I fully understand where you're coming from, where you feel like you deserve a little bit of recognition for like the hard work that you have put in.
Yeah,
And it's the harsh reality of life that we're not gonna get that until way fucking later in life.
we do have to bust ass. But I'm not against that though. Like, you know, it lets me experience it beforehand. You know, like
I guess yeah, you gain the experience that of what it comes with to do shit like that.
I feel like if you do that though too, if you're out here already before the guy over here in college graduates to 4 years, I mean, you busted ass and you learn the hard way, and they're gonna have to learn all the stuff that I already went out and like learned like later on after a while. Even though they have the degree, they're still gonna have to take the L's that I took already, you know? So I mean, either way, both sides have their own like downfalls to this kind of thing.
Yeah.
He may have the ability to get in, but he doesn't have the experience in it yet. You know, he may have the experience in the classroom setting, but besides that,
Fuck that. We're going over topic.
okay.
It's because I feel like this topic has a lot more to say that's hard to sum up in like 10 minutes. We're gonna let this go like another 5 minutes and then we'll stop. My thing is because like one of my favorite artists, I couldn't pronounce his name, Gabo Picayo or Picasso or however the fuck you want to say it. Hold on.
I could probably.
This guy.
He's showing me a picture right now.
I opened up his Skillshare because that's what shows up. That
Did
guy.
you say Skillshare? Gabriel Piccolo?
Right? That's not how you say it. It might actually be Piccolo. Either way, he's an amazing artist on Instagram, and he went to I think 2 terms of college for graphic design, and that was it. And then he dropped out.
Okay.
My thing is, he started out like again. He went to school, stopped. Started out doing his own thing on like Instagram, stuff like that. Started doing his own drawings and commissions. Now he has a book deal with DC Comics to draw the new Teen Titans series.
Oh, he's that guy.
Yeah, I own one of his books.
Yeah, the Raven one.
Yeah,
right?
and I already buying the next one when it comes out too. My thing is though is he had to show and he had to prove that he from what I understand he had already like sent in he like put in like an email to DC Comics to see if he could draw the Teen Titans professionally for them, and they passed him over because he didn't have the credentials and the degrees. But then they reached out to him for this because of all the clout and the like professionalism he had and how big he got. Like he had to prove that he was worthy to work at DC, and I think that's kind of fucked up because already before he was an amazing artist. But I get it at the same time. I think it's fucked up, but at the same time I get it. You have to show your worth. Yeah. But I think it's still kind of fucked up on how long it takes. Kind of thing.
You can't rush into it, man.
No, entirely. But that, like, it's also the problem of our application processes nowadays. Like, cool, this guy went to, he went to his college. He had 5 years of college under his belt. His associates, his bachelor's degree. He majored in this, he minored in this. These are his previous jobs rather than the other guy who has no college, or like, half a term of college. He's done all these other like classes on his own. He knows how to do this. Cool. This guy seems more professional and things like that. Let's take him. I think that's kind of fucked up in the sense of that dude can't show his worth, Because like the painting I have on my wall right here, like that dude is an amazing artist. Well, he's an amazing artist, but he was never able to make a career out of that. All he does now, I think before he started working, he was just a drug dealer. He sold drugs. That was it. Now he works at the refineries, I think. But like, imagine that being out there. Like, imagine that being mass produced.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty good art piece, man.
Yeah, it's easily one of my favorites. It's one of the reasons I stole it from my brother. I just think it's something that should have already been. Like, it shouldn't have taken so much for him to get recognized,
Yeah. I mean, but that's just the way it is. They're looking at sheets and statistics and numbers, man.
They're just looking at your rap sheet basically to fucking figure out what you're trying to do as a person, and it's crazy. I think it's crazy. I think there needs to be a new way to really determine if you're able to work this position, rather than, leave it up to a piece of paper and like two people to decide.
Yeah.
But that's just how the society works nowadays, and it's crazy.
It's a gamble. I mean, sometimes they miss out on some great opportunities. Like, if they took some people, then they probably would have been big and made them a lot of money. But it's a gamble, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with you entirely, but it's just what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it turns into it is what it is, which sucks, but what can we do about it?